Welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESL Pro League. Almost said ESA Pro League. We've made a big mistake.
Don't do that.
Anyway, welcome back to the ESL Pro League, ladies and gentlemen. We are jumping into our second map now here on Dust2. Once again between CLG and Selfless. First one was a bit of a toss-up, to be completely honest. Could have gone either way. Once it hit overtime, though, it really seemed like Selfless kind of fell apart, and that's where we saw CLG go into full effectiveness and really take control of the matchup, winning all 4 out of the possible 6 rounds there.
Yeah, I think they won the last 5 in a row to bring it back to OT and then win it eventually. I mean, it was something clicked, and they were able to just landslide that into an OT win. And sorry, last 6, I guess, last 5? Doesn't matter. Point is, CLG basically won out that game following a couple forced buys. It was, by all means, not the cleanest match. Certainly messy and brutal at times, but not in a terrible way. A lot of different young talent bringing their guns to bear. A lot of people stepped up to perform for both teams at different times. I think Dust2 is going to be a little different, though.
Dust2, I think, from the strategical basis, things will be a lot easier. They won't have to worry about just, like, here's the problem, is both teams at the end of the day were playing very straightforward Cobble. It was just, hey, let's go B 90% of the rounds, and maybe we'll shake it up once in a while with a random A hit. But beyond that, there wasn't really anything too advanced being done. I think the closest thing to like an advanced tactic we saw was Selfless. I think CLG did this once or twice too, but there was a couple A pinches they tried to do through drop. Both teams had moderate success with that, but that was like the end of it. Now right. Dust2, obviously things are a lot more straightforward in that respect. Yeah,
I think just it being D2, it's definitely a much stronger map for Selfless. I think at least historically, in terms of maps that they choose to play or are comfortable on, but then again, like, I think CLG has always been an incredible D2 team. Plus, they have Kusta on board now. They did lose to Winterfox last night on Dust2, so moving into this, Selfless is 1-1, CLG is 0-1, and yeah, Selfless is the only one with any success this season.
And we will get into the map now, guys. Selfless starting themselves off on the defense with CLG jumping onto the T side. We begin now with the pistol round. CLG takes it slow. No aggressive early pressure heading out towards long or anything like that, where it's actually being very well defended by both Breezy and Nifty from the Selfless side of things. Beyond this, only keeping no one in the sight while having Breezy watch out for, having Caboose watch out here towards mid. He will rotate in, and the Caboose himself, it's going to be Mitch pushing his way into the tunnels there. And the rest of them, Caboose still is up on the B bomb site, but it's Mitch down below in the tunnels that finds that first kill against Cutler. The rest of CLG trying to impact here at long, but they just fall away from the site. Now, they did this a lot the last time we saw them play D2. Here's the thing, though. This was incredibly risky and ended up being a very hit-or-miss strat, but they still seem to be sticking with it right now. And it actually, for Breezy there, you can see, works out great. Times the shot.
What?
Falls back and gets a second one on Kusta. And now Nifty's going to push up top, destroys Ethan. Sabrosa's got to hold a 1v5 now, and that's certainly not going to happen. They shut it down, and CLG, after being able to walk up to the site, they don't even get a plant.
You know, okay. This strat right away is going to get blown up because Cutler falls in B-tunnels, right? He's the lurker. He's the only sort of map control they have anywhere at all, and it's in lower B-tunnels. Mitch pushes into him, gets the frag. Selfless, like, at that point, they know all bets are off. Like, we can flank long A, we can go up catwalk, but it doesn't even matter. Breezy. 2 beautiful kills through the top of that smoke. And then Nifty, when retaking catwalk, finds a nice one as well. So 3 kills in quick succession from Selfless. Bring this 1-0. They win the pistol on Dust2 on CT side. And this is a map where you don't really, I mean, money control is important, but ecoing isn't the easiest thing. But by the same hand, anti-ecos can be so different depending on the team and the way they like to play. And Selfless opting to have Nifty anchoring the same bomb site with a scout. And the entire CLG team is about to cross catwalk now as they're crossing towards the A-bomb site, at least looking to get a plan after this. Nifty catches a dink, and that's dangerous because Breezy trying to back him up desperately from long. He catches 2 beautiful headshots, but Nifty all alone. He's able to make it work, though. He finds one on Akusa. The bomb does get planted. No one finds another. And now Sabrosa in a helpless situation, just looking to find one, but he cannot. Breezy, after a lackluster first map, already with 5 kills to start this game off. This man.
Keep in mind that CLG didn't actually go for a big investment, though, on this round for the most part.
No armor at all, yeah.
No armor. I think it was just P250s, which does give the possibility now of enabling the 3rd round buy-up. As we look at it, Most rounding at around 3,900. That's going to give pretty much all these guys enough to go for an AK, armor, maybe 1 or 2 flashbangs. That's where things are going to get a bit tough. The lack of utility across the board here. So again, expecting a pretty basic retake as they'll be relying on these entry kills to find that impact. However, if Selfless has not learned their lesson yet from the last map and they're going to continue to wide peek on these duels out in the sites, then that's where CLG could actually find their advantage early in the round. But they're going to play it slow and again go for the default opener, which will and assume have most of these guys working their way over here towards mid, but Selfless now want to try to pressure this. That's a huge nade that gets tossed in. Hayes and Kusta both hit pretty much fully by the damage that could have been done. There's Hayes walking right up. Nifty's not prepared for that lower push despite them throwing a nade into it though. Hayes picks up that kill and all of a sudden there's mid pressure out and there's no one to defend this anymore. It's all coming from Mitch. Mitch using a huge spray there. Barely gets that kill and follows it up with a second, but hey, it works at least. Now more on their way out through the tunnels and this is where he's going to get brought down a bit. Trying to duck down. He will eventually fall to Cutler. Subrosa also finding Caboose. Breezy responds to one of his own, and this goes into a 2-on-2, but Team Selfless don't want to give them any room to get this bomb on the ground. However, at the same time, no one peeks a bit too early, and Ethan's going to close that not only onto him, but the final player as well, putting CLG on the board here on the 3rd round.
Yeah, unfortunately, the game-breaking kind of kill that that occurred that round was Nifty just getting caught wide out in the open. Unfortunately, that opened up the mid-B quickly for CLG. They had almost no utility, so it was probably going to be a mid-B play anyway, but they were just gifted that first kill. However, Mitch with a valiant defense of the B-bomb site, probably one of the more underrated young talent, I guess you could call it, as everyone seems to call it. Left in NA, and a nice walk push from Subrosa into the B-bomb site, and this is always dangerous when you know the CTs are in an eco, because the Deagles can come to bark, and actually the 5-7 is what's doing it here, as 2 kills come out for no one, and a 3rd for Nifty. Suddenly this is a 4-on-2. With just Kusta and Cutler left alive, Kusta does have full control of this A bomb site. I'm sure he's going to call Cutler all the way back through T-spawn and over towards A, and we're going to see how long Kusta can last as Selfless is mounting what eventually will be a retake. And Cutler undisturbed through his path all the way through with the terrace by the guns and up through the doors that are at the long. Kusta has not seen anybody. He's got to think like, okay, they're probably flanking long now. They could be on catwalk. But he's going to let the AK worry about at least long and try and get close on catwalk with one of the pop flashes from Cutler, but he's not going to get close enough. Nifty finds a nice shot onto him, and now it's just Cutler in a 1v4. Able to get the bomb plant, secure some money for himself, but 1 kill goes his way, 2 kills goes. Oh, he gets burned alive by Nifty, as I was about to say that. It's a 3rd, but it didn't happen. Cutler. NT, bud.
5th round to go is a bit interestingly there, as they try to just push B. Thankfully, the bomb was the last one in. At the very least, they were able to pull that out and then wrap it around, but imagine if that had been committed, this would have been a much cleaner round, I can say, for Selfless.
Check out this. At least the 5-7's not overpowered. That would be so unfortunate, right? Because then rounds like this would happen. Oh my god. He should not be able to get 2-1 taps with a... whatever. Anyway, nice kills from no one. Beautiful retake coming in there from Selfless. 3-1 out. CLG had that fortunate first round come, or I guess the entry was from Subrosa, right? And then it was no one that just bopped him right back with the 5-7.
I think a 2-man setup too to try and punish them. And when they eventually moved in to try and take them down, and Caboose wants to fully punish this now, although he's flashed as well, so he needs to be careful. More damage even still going on to Breezy here, but they seem to sort of have gotten things under control, and not only this too, but they've dropped the bomb at long. They've got to push back out. Caboose looks right into that flashbang. I believe he spots Cutler, but jumping against him may not be the best idea in the world with the scout in hand. So he'll try to flash back out there, but still not finding anything on his own regard there. Spraying out to catch the kill, but there's Nifty finally peeking back from long. He punishes Subrosa. And the last one here at long is going to be Cutler. Pushed his way out. Kusta tried to look for the flank, but it didn't work out. And, well, Cutler's boxed in, so he's not going anywhere anytime soon. Caboose with a quick shutdown, and that's going to put Selfless up at 4-1.
Yeah, and a nice long play coming out from CLG, and I say nice because everybody's pretty much continuously flashed, even Caboose. But the difficulty becomes when he gets into that pit area, you must push him to clear him out. And if he's got a teammate backing him up, that was Breezy. As long as he lived, you know, nothing could really happen. But before that kill came in, Caboose had already claimed 2 and then gets a 3rd there at the end. So nice long hold from Selfless. And another NT coming out for CLG is, you know, when they forced into that round, you just got Glocks and P250s essentially on this incoming round. Nifty almost getting caught out at mid again. I wonder how much we're going to see that this half and how CLG can punish it, because Nifty, as talented as he is, an up-and-coming player for sure, is going to run into difficulties throughout this half if he continues to be this aggressive. And CLG, you know, didn't invest really anything into this round. A couple flashes maybe, along with PT-50s and Glocks. They're just going to push all into CT spawn. This is an interesting tactic, and it does not pay off for them. They're going to get cleaned up just as quick as I can finish my sentence. But continuously, you know, no matter what region you're from or what level you're playing at, the catwalk is the most exploitable place most of the time. Middle can also be in a mid B. You know, it's not, the Suka B rushes really aren't an effective way to deal with an eco anymore, but what you can do is pretty much cross up catwalk with just minimum utility and get a bomb plant. You're never going to win the round, but what you can do is obviously secure yourself some money for the next round. So Cutler able to get that off. No utility on hand, but he's able to grab some armor at least. The rest of the team, pretty much a full buy, so this is going to be the first full buy coming out here for CLG.
And the rest of them are still going to play the default strat too. But look at this fast cap from Nifty. He almost gets a double. Lights
So
up
good.
Hazed and also brings Sabrosa down to 15 HP. Huge shot from him. Tries to time another one, but the flashbang throws him off too much. Ends up shooting one of them between the legs. Caboose lining up an additional kills. He tries to chase the player on the drop down spot. He's still hugging the right side. There's a quick punishment from Sabrosa, however. It takes down Caboose. But 4 on 3 here. And CLG is still working with the bar minimum in terms of what they get. Again, though, from Selfless, here's that passive play strat. They basically gave up the site. They're going to let them walk in, and they'll favor to play retake. So handing over these plants, to a certain degree, a very dangerous thing, but also somewhat understandable considering how much they shut them down. Had reason to believe they may have fallen back to try a mid to B split instead.
Yeah, CLG is able to get on this bomb site. And it looks like, I mean, all in all, you've got the entire Selfless team over toward, well, there's the kill on a Cutler. I was looking for Nifty to try and duel Cutler in some form, but he's not even over towards the long A. He dropped into CT, obviously, and was watching that long cross. So Koost is now posted up at long. Ooh, Cutler can no longer take any long-range duels, but Sabrosa has the op over at A ramp. He's going to fall to Nifty. Boys, Nifty is one of the best oppers in North America now, and he's coming to play.
Kusta trying to hold in pit, but ooh, Nifty just barely missing the head. A few pixels up on top, but Kusta's not going to last very long. He does need to peek out to stop the defuse, and when he does that, Mitch, well, much better time of hunting down that head there. They do retrieve the AK, and Selfless are continuing to push forward 6-1. And, I mean, same problem. Obviously, the great place for Nifty, of course, to shut this down. But let's talk tactics for a second here. Same exact issue that we saw in Cobble is happening here from CLG. There's no variance. They've gone to the A-bomb site 6 times now.
And they're over-peaking while they're doing it.
Yes.
Neither Sabrosa nor Cutler needed to die there. Koost was already had long under control. Catwalk and CT is all you need to worry about. You know where the op is. It's over in CT, and yet one after another they're peaking Nifty, and one after another they fall. And I love this. They have full money control. They know CLG is going to be buying. They're going up Catwalk now. But as I say that, like, Nifty's going for this aggressive long peak. Previously, he was on Catwalk. The round before, he was at mid. It's just going to be relentless. But CLG, exploiting the fact that, you know, there was no sort of Cat presence early, they're just going to barrel up Cat here, find 2 easy kills. Not even really challenged by Selfless so far. And Nifty even falls without really getting an adequate shot off. So this is going to be a quick save from Selfless.
This is
it
where
was, I believe it was a Catwalk smoke and a Xbox smoke. I think there was, or mid-door smoke and a Xbox smoke. And they just one flashbang over mid, all 5 players up Catwalk, let's cross, let's take the A-bomb site.
And there's where the negative effects of Selfless playing that like really passive style and the A side comes in, where they kind of let them get control and play retake, is that, you know, if they try to peek out from their positions too early and find those trade kills like we saw happen there, players are trying to retreat back down towards CT, but they also are peeking out and hunting down frags. We saw so many of these guys go down just as CLG was really waltzing up to the site. You can see it, Hayes and Kuster racking up 4 kills between the 2 of them now. Unfortunately, there wasn't really much of a retake left by the time CLG had actually put the bomb onto the ground, so it's actually going to be a fairly easy one for CLG to walk through. Selfless, on they peeked out, they just couldn't hit their shots. Yeah,
6-2 now. Selfless still in a commanding lead, still able to buy. And when you're on the terrorist side of Dust2, I mean, there's basically 2 reads that you make. Are they playing long? And the second one, once you have Catwalk control, is where is the mid-B player, the CT spawn player, who pretty much is the A rotator, over towards that A ramp, or is he close mid-doors? And they caught Selfless. It was almost like a lucky strat to call. I mean, it may have been genius. Maybe they had done their homework. And a waste stack coming out from Mitch at mid. I like it. CLG's already got long, though, and they're pressing forward. The smokes come in. Not a perfect one. See if they pay for it at all. Actually, Kusta almost gets that kill on a breezy. Does not, though. The A site is CLG's, and lot of variance on the A splits coming out from CLG. It's not even really a split. You just have Sabros over here at mid, and he's going to find nothing. Breezy clears him out quickly, and now the retake is on. 5v4 situation. CLG almost completely out of utility now as Selfless press forward. Mitch is going to be running into 3 terrorists over here long.
Who's the holding back here now as well, but Mitch ready to go for the retake into the bomb site here, and they need to start it soon. 3 of them also getting ready to move back in up over here from the catwalk area, so they need to start it, but Hazed walks right into Mitch there. Tries to push out from long, but he only gets a taste of it. Kusta back into the corner, but no, he's not going to be able to survive. So far, Ethan's caught the only trade. He's now the last one standing, and he tries to spray down Nifty, but he recovers from the flashbang just in time. It's Selfless. Full of a defuse with probably about 3 seconds left on the clock there. They grab it though, and again, that's a traded round. CLG still have enough cash to buy up one more time, but it is going to empty them out.
Yeah, godlike retake coming out from Selfless. I mean, it all really starts when Mitch picks up that kill onto Hazed at long, because once your anchor goes down at long, no matter how many players you have over there, you have to still worry about it. So all that firepower that was watching the cross towards the A bomb site is suddenly focused behind them. And one after another, Selfless just pressed through, found a kill, and it was suddenly over. CLG, nice. Execute on the long. They didn't find anybody. And actually, Sabrosa finds better of Nifty over at Catwalk. A nice headshot onto him. You got to wonder, Nifty, you're going to want that one back, brother. But nonetheless, 7-2, 4v5 situation now. CLG finally working this default. Kusta's actually, oh man, right here. There it is. Finds one. Doesn't get the second. Mitch is able to trade it out. And that's not the end of the world, but at least you know it was just one man defending that upper B bomb site. Or upper B tunnels, rather. Upper dark, if you're European. And Caboose is actually getting a little aggressive on long, and he's going to walk into Haze here any second now.
Still sitting out the doorway, but hesitating to go for the push itself. Really just waiting to see if anybody's going to follow up. He may... I don't know if he peeks out wide enough yet to see it, but the bomb is still sitting on the ground in that corner. And that may explain why he's here. He's definitely seen it now. The Molotov, though, hugging him into a corner, not taking damage from him yet, and there we go. Grabs the bomb onto the ground, and even better, look, Mitch just rotated in. So now they have a crossfire. He has to fall back for a second. But at the moment, the CLG are just boxed in.
Yeah, and this 5v4 is quickly turning into a 3v2 as Selfless is clawing their way back into this round off the back of Caboose, and he's going to find another one. 2 kills for both him and Mitch on the round, and that is just dancing around the flames, playing the better of the mind games with Haze and that duel at long, and it just pays off. 8-2 Selfless.
Beautifully set up by them to control that box, but again, this is all, in my eyes, just big mistakes from CLG and how how straightforward they're playing this T side. Like I said, it was going to be easier, but it's not this easy. You still need to try and throw a curveball every once in a while. They're going for that same mid lineup on every single round, or they're just doing long pressure, which is where we would have seen Mitch come into even more effectiveness to be able to spot that early once again. He holds that position, spots the bomb because they threw it down in vision of someone who would have been pushing out from long doors. And not only this, but it was Mitch who pushed out of B. Look at this from Nifty too, just sitting right in vision of it. He knows they're on an eco here. They've got full control of everything. So this man over here, the number 8 player, and that's Ethan, not even going to dare to peek back out against that. At the moment, Selfless just have full control of the map, and CLG aren't really trying to do anything different to change that. Yeah,
it's almost as though, I mean, Nifty plays like one of those really seasoned European offers, like, I mean, Kenny S or JW, where every round on Dust2, he's going for some sort of a pick. We haven't seen him over at the B site yet, but he's going mid doors, he's going cat, he's going long. And he's usually joined by a teammate, but in most cases, he's finding a kill. It was only that last round that we saw him get picked off at that catwalk area. And other than that, he's at least converted on a kill every single round. He's 12-4 right now, leading this, the leaderboard for both teams, having a stellar half, and ultimately the reason why Selfless is in such a dominating lead right now.
Ethan's going to try to push out, finds one. Actually, he might get the second kill too. 50 holds it though. But kind of surprised there by that sudden push. Regardless, they'll pick up the 9th round, and the 1 loss is something they can easily take at this point. The amount of money they have is quite ridiculous, especially considering that there's only going to be just a few more rounds left in this half. But CLG able to actually scrape together another buy here now. So they'll be able to pick things up. We'll see it being just AKs. No op presence here for the T side. And also this time going back to that more direct long pressure, where it'll be defended by Caboose and Breezy. Caboose having to push himself into the pit. I'm not sure if they've realized it, but Sabrosa trying to hunt that first kill down. Can't do it though. And Caboose tapping away, grabs 2 more kills. Ethan did pick up 1 trade to eliminate Breezy further down long, but it's already just on Hazed, all on his lonesome. It's a good pop flash. He's now going to drop down in CT to follow it up though, and there we go. Picks up the kill. Unfortunately, a long way to go. He's still going to retrieve the bomb, which is sitting on long here and Caboose is actually waiting for him to push from that angle. So we'll see what Hazed is going to do to try to make up for this. Looks like just trying to get aggressive, posting up a bit to see if any of the CTs are going to push in. They're all focused on defending that bomb, though, so Hazed is kind of going to be left to his own devices until he eventually has to push back to that bomb or a call for a save. A minute left on the clock, so a long time to do that, but Selfless, well, they've got plenty of time to wait.
Yeah, and I gotta give Caboose praise where praise is due. I mean, his diligence at long, time and again, is paying off. He's just bopping heads over the top of that railing, and, you know, if Ryu said it, I agree with him, because I think Caboose is going to be a great player, and he's playing out of his mind these past 2 maps. You know, not the highest on the leaderboard, but definitely winning these rounds when they count. And actually, Hazed finds another one in a 1v2 situation now. He almost catches Mitch out. That would have made it a one-on-one situation doable. Unfortunately for him, Mitch gets the better of him. And this is where it gets really frustrating. When you're on T-side Dust2, you've lost money control. CTs have built a bank. You know you don't have any easy eco rounds coming your way the rest of the half. It is 10-2. And wow, Selfless with a dominating lead into this round.
I'm amazed we haven't seen a pause call yet from CLG, just to try and like re-strategize themselves at least a little bit here. But now, look at this from Selfless. They're going to go full crush mode here, moving up. They know they're on an eco again, and they want to try to stop it. Ooh, Nifty misses a shot, but Caboose shows up just in time to cover for him. So Nifty's actually barely going to take any damage. Unfortunately, all of Caboose's efforts were for nothing, as Nifty still ends up dying on a repeat to lower. He's the last man alive, though, and although Kusta grabs that kill, it is the only one they'll find. Selfless with another quick shutdown after that. Stops CLG from even getting close to a site.
Yeah, nice mid-push from Mitch here. Has the echoes of both Scream and Shoxy with Caboose with him. And actually, I made that reference to that round specifically, but I made the reference earlier to Kenny S. I feel like these guys are watching some Envious and G2 demos, you know? I'm only kind of kidding when I say that. Like, this is very similar to just the aggressive French side that we've come to know and love in Counter-Strike. But that said, Selfless, this is twice now we've seen this NOA boost over at mid. It hasn't paid off for him yet, but Breezy and Caboose are also doubled on Catwalk. It's definitely a planned setup, but Nifty gets punished at back B bomb site, and that's a wide open bomb site now. Mitch and no one have to act quickly. One pop flash comes in. They're able to get in there, but the gunfights ensue. No one finds one. Breezy gets traded out. Caboose drops Hazed, but now it's just no one in Caboose. See whether or not these guys can get it done.
No tunnel control either, so it's going to be a very one-dimensional retake. CLG should be able to box it in. I think they know it. Obviously, Cutler's going to move back just to ensure that there is nobody pushing from the back time, since they had plenty of time to send someone away if they wanted to do that rotation, but now they are kind of running low on it here. So Molotov to the back to force Ethan out into the open. They've got him there, but now they got to push in. That smoke's actually covering Ethan a bit. He's free to spray down. No one grabs the first kill, but Caboose trades it out. Cutler, though, shuts things down from the back of the tunnels. Finds that final kill on Caboose. And there we go. After, I think, like 6 or 7 in a row from Selfless, we do see a third round up on the board for CLG.
Yeah, and even though they won the round, CLG is going to be light on utility. Actually, they're able to pretty much buy out. So I'll take that back. They were very low on money, so dropping 4 members from their squad. Nice retake attempt from Selfless. 11-3, already a glorious half for the counter-terrorist side. CLG desperate for a 4th, make this even close to doable.
So Mitch just wants to go full tilt against CLG, so auto sniper as well. I almost said auto shotty.
If you break the auto ice, you pay the auto price.
What is that?
Bad luck cometh to the auto sniper. We'll see if he gets a kill.
Did you just make that up?
No. No, that is not original. That's a matchmaking quote, actually.
Oh, never heard of it.
Hazed and Ethan actually have something to say about a potential 12-3 half. They say no. 11-4 is what it will be as they get 2 entries, and now it's a 5v3 situation. CLG in a good position to take this A bomb site. Hazed already up there at that goose position. And the auto sniper rings out, but Mitch, buddy, gotta use it more effectively. There's auto sniper tactics. Watch some Get Right demos, bro.
He's gonna try to retake from down here in CT2, which may prove to be a bit difficult, because both Breezy and No One are already in position from mid. It's still gonna be better for them. Mitch also gonna start to creep in since the smoke will fade. Boosting up, possible run boost in the future here too, if they gotta go for it. Here we go, the leap over. We'll see what he can get with it. Well, not a whole lot. Breezy farther back does get 1, but beyond that, Ethan and Kusta do shut it down. So there you go, CLG. You really wanted that round on the A-bomb site. You finally got it. Only took you like 8 or 9 attempts to do so, but they do pick it up. That is going to end the first half. However, guys, CLG with a long road to recovery. They're 4-11. We'll see if they can get themselves onto it in the second half. Be sure to stick around right here at the Pro League.
He's gonna get the one kill and that bomb coming down to the zone. FNX has to stay on top. FNX! Oh my god, what a way to win that round! They don't have a smoke, so this over still. He's gonna get the one kill and that bomb coming down to the zone. FNX has to stay on top. He gets the triple FNX! Oh my god, what a way to win that round! They don't have a smoke, so this over still.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, TheScoreEsports.com, Mountain Dew, and ESEA.
Team Selfless get themselves onto a monster streak there to start off their CT side here on Dust2 after a bit of a rocky road back over on Cobblestone. Now, though, they got to jump onto the T side. What's up?
So you said Rocky Road, I want ice cream.
It's just a common phrase, Lex.
Is it? Do people
Rocky
say that?
Road?
I feel like old
It's
men
like-
say that. Blue, you're too young.
Sorry.
11-4 half.
My dad was kind of like an old man kind of dude, so it rubbed off.
Anyway, 11-4 half. Dominating play from Nifty
Please
and
continue.
the Selfless squad, man. I'm hungry. Let's get some ice cream after this, Blue.
I'm down.
Are you actually?
I might be down.
I feel like once the stream, we go back into casting and we're done with this, you're gonna be like, "You want to go get a burger?" I'm be like, "No, bro, you agreed to ice cream."
I mean, there's like a
yourself.
Ben and Jerry's like up the street, so
Oh, don't tell me that.
just being honest. Do you really want ice cream? No.
Yeah.
Well, we have 3 more maps to go. Finishing off
three.
the second
Just
one,
three.
of course.
Yeah, I think the big thing that I started to bring up before you said Rocky Road and distracted me is that the big thing that we're going to see from Selfless, not only this game, but the rest of the season, is the growth of Nifty as an operator. He's been on this roster for a while now, but I honestly think he's got the mechanical skill to be a top 5 operator in NA if he's not already. And as we see him have these kind of explosive matches, he just wins rounds for Selfless on his own. And you know, there's a handful of times here and there where somebody else in the team steps up and just blows it away. But I feel like he's the most consistently the one that we're going to be highlighting.
And I mean, it's been already the case too. Like even before we had you here when Moses was still casting, every time we casted Selfless, and for the most part, Selfless have like always had a Dust2 map. It's always been Breezy showing up on this map specifically. He's been absolutely fantastic on this one. One thing I am worried about though is that he does seem to get a little bit quieter on the T side, and that's been another somewhat consistent thing. Is I feel like he's still having some confidence issues there, being able to go for that aggressive peak, and that's something that like a lot of North American operators specifically have a problem with, is getting that sort of confidence to go for those more aggressive peaks when they're on T side.
And I think that's a big thing that, I mean, I contrasted his aggressive peaks on CT side. We were talking about it, but I think you're absolutely right. I don't think, especially on Cobble, for example, where was Nifty on the first gun round? He was in the tower in T-spawn.
Yeah,
Come on, bro.
Kind of an odd
Go
spot.
B-hop down drop or something like that. Give me an entry. Give me a sweet no-scope that we can clip for days. But instead, he just says, no, we're going to win a game. Not Cobble. Cobble was a much different story.
Mess.
Yep.
So we're still waiting for the players to ready up, guys. Hopefully it should be just a few moments, but that is what is causing the delay right now. But while we wait for that, and actually, as I said that, the game is starting. So now we can go in game, and we can take a look now at this second half. Once again, for anybody who is just joining us, Selfless now going on the T side, along with CLG on the CT side. CLG already has the first map, so I mean, if things continue the way it did on the first half and Selfless takes it, we're looking at a 1-1 trade for this evening, but maybe CLG will look a little bit better on their CT side here now that we have traded.
Are we going to do the stereotypical caster thing and talk about how important pistol rounds are for both teams, but specifically CLG here?
You can do that if you want to. I've never heard your take on this.
Listen, viewers, pistol rounds are so important because you can win the following 2 rounds, and that's 3 rounds. Self is actually moving towards B tons now, and I think CLG pretty much knows they're there. They're pushed up on catwalk. This is going to be a meat grinder if Kusta doesn't get his head blown off first. And there I am throwing shade and curses towards the CLG side as Ethan's forced to drop off, and Cutler's going to follow behind him, but Sub-Rose has already fallen, and 2 kills go the way of Ethan, and suddenly it's a 3-on-3, and Selfless pressed, beaten back into the B bomb site. They're going to be able to get the plant here at the very minimum, but it's going to be a B retake out of CLG here.
Now, CLG still going to be pushing out here from their CT spawn to try and pick up some kills. Nifty's waiting, but he just gets actually decked by Ethan. Quick pickup from him, and now there's only 2 on the site. Also, no one holding close up. It's either basically going to be north or south with this position. So I'm going to frag out from here, get instantly shut down. They look the wrong way on peak, so Hayes, he grabs a one-and-done trade. Mitch, though, the last one alive, and there's the jumper.
Go.
Picks it up over the big box, shuts down Hayes, and with that, Selfless keep their lead once again in the second half.
Moses is rolling in his grave.
Oh, jumping accuracy.
That was awesome. Mitch, huge jumping op Glock burst.
So you're not triggered
Did I
then?
say op Glock burst? I'm not triggered. I love it.
That was a triple shot, too, that he did. I just realized that as well.
Glory be to the Mitch 1-2.
So Mitch with a big play. He's actually been having a pretty good game himself
He's
here, too.
nuts. If you guys didn't notice and you haven't been paying attention to ESL Pro League since basically, I think like the middle of last season or something like that, Mitch is very good. Stellar player and demonstrating so in both these maps, but a little bit overshined by Nifty so far. But he says, this T-pistol round is mine and mine alone. So anti-eco going to be nice and slow coming out from Selfless.
That is the one thing I'll give Ryu credit for. He is actually pretty good at like finding these players
Yeah,
that would
he's
seem
the,
to come out of nowhere, to be honest.
He's the organizational equivalent of a young K Kona, you know? And I say young because I think Ryu's probably older than Ocean. Rest in peace,
That is a
Ocean.
very interesting question.
You are still forever in my heart.
So
K
for,
Kona's in chat, boys.
so for Selfless, they're going to fall back over to top mid and just look for probably a straightforward cat execute more than likely. But there is pressure from Hayes coming in through the mid doors. You can see Mitch kind of got lit up from that scout, down to just 30 HP now. The rest are getting ready to push on cat. Sub-Rose as well made that push into the tunnels. And for some reason, no one was unable to stop it, so they lose him there, and they should know this is going to be more than likely an A-hit, or at least mid-pressure now, but still, they round themselves back onto the B-bomb site, and now this leaves things very overexposed, as there's Mitch again, boys.
Moses.
Another jumping shot on the Ethan, after he finishes off one more on the platform. Last 3 are going to try to hold this. Caboose having a bit of trouble taking down Kusta, but he's still going to find it. And Sub-Rose and Hayes push top mid, but they themselves will pretty much be boxed in about 2 seconds here, if Caboose doesn't just outright frag out.
Yep, and Sub-Rosa, he already found one of the round. I don't believe he recovered any weapon of worth, but he hits another banger on a Mitch. I love Deagle frags, and see if we get a third. Breezy, not going to let it happen. Nice couple kills coming out from Sub-Rosa, but what we're looking here, boys, what we're looking at is a 13-4 scoreline on the Terror side of Dust2. It's going to be a very difficult thing to throw this game successfully Selfless, so let's just go ahead and close it out here.
It's going to be very hard to pull a Liquid.
Why you got to do that?
It's always fun.
What does Liquid have anything to do with this game? Why is that a meme?
Because it's like the biggest choke in Counter-Strike history.
You know what?
So
I was at an Olive Garden once and I was choking.
that
Garlic
sounds
bread,
horrible.
man.
Garlic bread. Is it like the crunchy kind, or like was it like more freshly baked?
It's Olive Garden, dude. You go there for the garlic bread.
Yeah, but like sometimes you get it like when it's been sitting out for a while and it's like really crunchy, and then other times it's like freshly baked and all
what you
soft.
say, Blue, is, "Hostess, I demand fresh garlic bread," and you snap your fingers like a really pretentious rich man.
It's actually been a while since I've been to Olive Garden.
I quite honestly haven't been since I was like 14. I probably took a girl on a date there. I'm sure it went well.
That's all right.
Treated to some fine Italian cuisine.
Fine
I don't know,
mass-produced Italian cuisine.
It's authentic, bro.
So it looks like Selfless make their way through this round pretty easily. As we, of course, went off on a complete tangent talking about Olive Garden for the entire round.
I literally started talking about it after basically CLG had lost the round and we're opting to get exits. Nothing to see there, boys. 14-4. Selfless. Can you close it out now? CLG. Can you mount a comeback?
We're just trying to keep it interesting, Lex.
Listen, any moment that I spend with you, John, is interesting.
Well, thank you.
What did I call you earlier?
I don't know. It was some.
Whatever. Nice name coming out from Kusta, following a little bit of damage coming from Cutler, so no one just explodes into smithereens over the long doors, and something a 4v5. CLG. Nice way to start a comeback if you're going to have one. Mitch creeping up the catwalk now. And he's going to be able to listen. The thing is, I believe that's, let's see. Nope. That is Ethan actually playing the spot, not Cutler. In that CT spawn position. Knows there's nothing close catwalk or peeking from A side, so he probably knows he's in CT, which is why Caboose is fishing for this kill. Proper read coming out from them, but not from Ethan, as one single pop flash draws him back to A, and Caboose is able to walk out and find that frag. Beautiful read coming out from Selfless, and that's why they're winning this match. So 4v4 now. Not a mid-B split quite yet. They're probably going to re-hit this cat area, as they know one of the A players is dead already. There's probably only one anchoring that bomb site, and they would be right, but coming out as they're pushing out of this A bomb site, the long flank's coming in, so they know it's A. Cutler not able to hold, and Mitch drops him. Nifty now with a demoralizing headshot coming out from Kusta. Nonetheless, it's a 3v3. Nice damage coming out from a nade from Caboose, and he overpeaks just a bit. Sabrosa punishes, and actually Kusta and Hayes chime in as well, and CLG, there's the comeback. It's real.
Suddenly finding a way to punish them there, it seemed like. So nicely played by those guys. And of course, at the beginning, you just get absolutely destroyed. No one literally runs into a wall of grenades. Can't do anything about that if he tries to push out there, but he'll be punished pretty quickly by Kusta. I think at some point in this round, Kusta ended up like jumping over a frag grenade. I didn't even know that was possible. It looked like he literally landed on it as it was like going over him.
I just got some tweets saying that the Olive Garden story was more entertaining than this game. So, savage Twitter. Thank you. I hate that that is a thing.
It's a very slow game.
I mean, it's interesting if you're a Selfless fan. Because it's like, wow, we are
Wow,
crushing
we're winning!
the team that went to the quarterfinals of the major 2 majors ago. But it's not. It's totally different. CLG is a shadow of its former self.
Yeah, I wouldn't identify this CLG as anything close to it. So much has changed.
At least their league team's good.
Are they?
They won the first map, too. It was the first win of the season, so tonight's already a win. And Nifty punishes Ethan over there at mid. Mid-B smoke's going to come out. Probably just going to bait, see if they can get anything from CLG. And actually, Hayes, half blind, gets the better of Caboose. Nifty finally trades that out. And no one in Mitch just punish Sabrosa and Kusta, and this round is pretty much over. Cutler in a 1v4. You hope, you dream. You don't let your dreams be meme. Wait, what? Did I do that backwards?
Yes, you
I
did.
am the worst
Memes
caster.
be dreams.
Oh, man, I'm never going to be a memer.
That's it. You're done.
Cutler,
You're off the
1v3
desk.
now. Yeah, is that it? Is that how it works? Breeze drops Cutler.
One meme and you're gone.
And so this is officially match point. Series point.
And I mean, CLG just got round traded, so this works out even better for Selfless because now they're, I mean, they could not have a worse buy essentially.
Beyond broke.
Just going to be 5.7s, P250s, a scout for Cutler is probably the best buy they have. Kusta squeezes out a deagle there, but they were going to try to play this a little bit desperately. 50 at least misses the tag through the door initially, but the rest of the team is going to follow this up. They're actually passed out long, which I kind of wasn't expecting. I was expecting them to hang out mid and watch for pressure here, but no one's going to find that first kill against Kusta. He is kind of trapped against Ethan, since Ethan has fallen back. If he wants to get out of here, he can certainly do so. Trying to stay alive now. Caboose kind of losing himself in the smoke a bit there, but as he lurks out, no one messing up the spray actually allows Ethan to find that kill. Trades out. What was that from Caboose? Instant headshot and a second one onto Ethan all of a sudden.
About his one taps. Beautiful shots coming out from Caboose, and now it's a 4-on-2, a 5-7, a scout, and a dream for CLG. And if there was two broken weapons in the game that I think could pull this back for them. I would give it to the jumping scout and the running 5-7. So let's see if CLG can bring the RNG to bear here. Cutler pressing on this catwalk, probably knows they're falling off long, so Bro's spotting it, doesn't see anything, and unfortunately they've already passed Cutler into the lower tunnels. He'll find that out soon enough. They don't quite know that he's up here, actually, so he might be able to, nope, not get a free shot. And dropping right behind Caboose, a quick scout, no scope. Drops Caboose, and it's 2-on-3. This is doable for CLG, but unfortunately they have no kit. None at all.
And they're pushing
Breezy
right up.
Yeah, Breezy's waiting.
They're pushing right up into the tunnels where Breezy's going to spot. He knows they're both here now. So finding that first one already, and he knows the second one's hiding further down there. So no reason to stick inside. He's just going to let him come out where they can triple crossfire him. Although Cutler actually knows where Breezy went. He saw him go to that fence. So first one's for free. Takes some damage back, though, down to 23 HP, where Nifty is going to punish, and that is going to close it, ladies and gentlemen. Selfless with a dominating second half here, only dropping a single round and only, I believe, like 4 in the first half. So that is going to make it 5-16 as our final scoreline. Selfless go 1-1 against CLG for the evening here and look much cleaner, much more well-refined, and just overall like a much better team here on Dust2.
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, I kind of spoke a little bit about it, but like traditionally, Selfless has never been strong on Cobble, and CLG has. I'm not terribly surprised that CLG took the first map, even though the situation that they wanted in was kind of fluky to begin with. Good for CLG, they finally got a win on the board. Helps for morale, and not only that, helps you look a little better. Selfless, though, I think they deserved to 2-0 this and demonstrated so on Dust2 with a dominating fashion.
Yep, and with that, we're going to send things back over to
Ice
the
cream.
analysis table. We are going to get ice cream later now. We probably have to. Otherwise, people are going to freak out. So, Tom, will you join us for ice cream?
Sounds like a cute date. I'll just leave it to you guys. The disappointment on Blue's face. I'm sorry, man. But that was the Selfless I was expecting to see in the very first map on Cobble, and they just really were shining. I mean, we could see the potential. We were talking about Caboose in the first map, but then we saw, glimpses of Nifty being that top 5 opper in North America, like Lex was saying, and then Mitch as well. So overall, just Selfless, really strong CT side, and there was nothing that CLG was even bringing to the table strategically to even, step up to the table.
Yeah, CLG played pretty poorly that map. For like the first 8 rounds, other than that eco that they lost, they kept going A and A and A. They never changed anything up. They were just kind of like slowing it down and then hitting long A, maybe a cat here and there. But it just seemed like CLG never put themselves in a spot to exchange kills. It's always like you see one person die and then Selfless just kind of ran away, and that adds up in the long run. You can't keep giving up these easy kills and careless deaths.
Well, just as much as the teams were going B in Cobble, they were going A in Dust2 numerous times. You could see just like the long pushes over and over again, and the retakes coming out from the CT side of Selfless were just amazing.
Yeah, notice how much utility that Selfless has on this retake. They have Molotovs, they have flashes, they have smokes, and they're working each spot as a team. They're peeking it. They're clearing it. They're picking off CLG one by one. Like right there, Hayes all by himself. No exchange kills. Kusa gets a Molotov in that area and just flashes, smokes, and peaks. It was perfect retake by Team Selfless right there.
Yeah, CLG didn't end up doing any mid to B splits or anything like that. It was just A over and over again. So curious, what their strategy was for that one. Didn't seem like they necessarily had one, or maybe it was just Selfless playing so strong. Ryu, as a fellow Giants fan, he knows defense wins championships.
Yeah, I think by watching Selfless from the previous matches in Dust2, that they did play a lot of retake A, and I think CLG wanted to take advantage of that, but unfortunately they couldn't get the kills in order to enter the bomb site, because they always got picked off like by 2 or 3, and it just backfire them. And so at that point, you just kind of want to mix it up, maybe send some people towards B. And one of the rounds that CLG did win is when they had that slow B take where Cutler picked off Nifty in the back of B.
Yeah, they CLG finally went B in round 14
Yeah.
is what I counted. So, but I want to touch base on Caboose again because this guy we were talking about holding it down for the young guns. What was he, 22 and 11 or something like that? Yeah, double positive. That's absolutely insane. And again, he's the guy playing aggressive, opening up the map for the rest of his team. So if we continue to play like this, Selfless is going to look really strong. Now, I want to mention that Selfless's losses have been to the top teams. They've now split games with CLG. If they could have walked away and 2-0'd CLG today and maybe 2-0'd Winter Fox, they've split games with both of those teams, and I don't think that they're necessarily happy about that. But their losses were to Echo Fox and Immortals, who are sitting more towards the top of the standings. So, you know, Selfless definitely a potential up-and-coming team here.
Yeah, they played really well. It seems like they know kind of what where to go and what to hit. It just, if they eliminate a couple mistakes every half, I think they'd probably win a couple more rounds. And especially against Kabul against CLG, if they just maybe eliminated 1 or 2 mistakes, the probably could have came out on top in the win instead of losing in overtime. So
when it's all said and done, it looks like the records are going to be, I think it's going to be 2-6 for Selfless, and then CLG is going to be 1-5. But guys, I want to give a shout out to thescoreesports.com. It's the best place for news and stats. Go on and take your phone out, download the app on your iOS device or on your Android device on the Google Play App Store. And don't go anywhere. We're going to have SK Gaming taking on Energy Esports after this break.